Welcome back to Explained. Have you ever wondered why Hawaii, an archipelago so far from the mainland United States, is part of this country? If so, you're in the right place. Because today we will tell you this surprising story. Before the arrival of British explorer James Cook in 1778, Hawaii was not a single entity, but a group of independent kingdoms spanning the different islands of the archipelago. These kingdoms coexisted, but they also competed with each other, each one seeking to become stronger and expand their dominions. With the arrival of Cook and other foreign visitors, history took a different turn that would forever change the lives of Hawaiians. In the 1820s, Christian missionaries from the United States were attracted by the promise of the archipelago and began to arrive on the Hawaiian Islands with the aim of spreading their faith. These missionaries settled in the region and began to teach their religion, language, and customs to the local population. In addition to religious proselytism, American missionaries and their descendants played a fundamental role in the economic evolution of Hawaii. One of the main changes was the growth of the sugar industry, which significantly influenced the Hawaiian economy for much of the 19th century. As the island's economy developed around sugar, the missionaries and their descendants began to amass wealth and power. This group, known as the Sugar Americans, would have a lasting impact on the politics and society of the Hawaiian Islands. Their desire to protect their economic interests led them to seek greater influence in the Hawaiian government, and over time, to push for the annexation of Hawaii by the United States. Thus, the relationship between the United States and Hawaii began to tighten and change the destiny of this paradisiacal territory. But how did Hawaii go from being a group of independent kingdoms to a territory under American dominion? By the end of the 19th century, the Hawaiian League, mostly composed of Americans and missionary descendants, began to take more and more control of the Hawaiian government. This situation generated discomfort among the local population, who saw their lands, resources, and culture being controlled by foreigners. In an attempt to regain power for the native Hawaiians, Queen Liliuokalani took the throne in 1891 with the hope of restoring her people's rights. However, her efforts met with strong resistance from those who sought to protect their economic and political interests in the islands. In January 1893, in an unprecedented event, Queen Liliuokalani was overthrown in a coup led by members of the Hawaiian League, who had the support of American troops stationed in Honolulu. The Queen was arrested, and later, a pro-American provisional government was established headed by Sanford Dole, an influential leader in the sugar industry and a descendant of American missionaries. During the period of the Republic of Hawaii, efforts were made to push for the annexation of the islands to the territory of the United States. These efforts finally succeeded in 1898, when the U.S. Congress approved the annexation and Hawaii officially became a U.S. territory. From this moment, the history of Hawaii took a drastic turn, and the islands faced many challenges and changes in their identity, language, and culture. Despite everything, the Hawaiians never completely gave up and fought valiantly for the preservation of their legacy. But that is something we will analyze later in this video. Once Hawaii was annexed to the United States, life on the islands underwent significant changes. Hawaiians had to face challenges in various aspects of their daily life, as U.S. authorities imposed rules and policies of their own culture. One of the biggest changes was the prohibition of the Hawaiian language in schools and government entities, which led to a strong assimilation into American culture. The economy of Hawaii was also deeply affected by the annexation, as the sugar industry and the political influence of elites in this business grew even more in the following decades. Many Hawaiians were pushed to work on the plantations in precarious conditions, and this fact distanced them from their lands and their cultural heritage. In 1959, Hawaii went from being a territory to a state, becoming the 50th state of the American Union. But even with this new condition, the concerns and challenges around its culture and identity did not disappear. On the contrary, concern for the preservation of Hawaiian heritage intensified, and local communities wondered how to face the problems resulting from assimilation and loss of their heritage. However, the Hawaiian people did not lose their spirit of resistance, which remains alive to this day. Throughout these years of changes and challenges, Hawaiians never stopped fighting for the preservation of their culture and the reclaiming of their identity. Despite the assimilation policies and attempts to suppress key elements of their tradition, Hawaiians have worked tirelessly to keep their language and customs alive. Since the 1960s, There has been a growing movement to revive the Hawaiian language and traditional culture, thanks to community initiatives of indigenous groups and the collaboration of activists and allied organizations. These efforts have led to the creation of bilingual educational programs, the promotion of Hawaiian arts and music, and the rescue of ancestral knowledge. In this way, Hawaiians have managed to rescue and keep their rich cultural heritage alive. And so we come to the end of this fascinating journey through the history of Hawaii and how it became part of the United States. We hope you have enjoyed this journey and learned something new about this impressive archipelago and its incredible people. Do not forget to subscribe to receive more interesting content like this. See you next time, friends.